Well, in sports, some especially the Premier League and all the other football leagues elsewhere in the whole world, it is often said that big teams and big managers usually get away with murder. Like literally, they get away with a lot of things. Yesterday, a story broke out and came out about Liverpool, about the Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp. Something happened. Something happened during the Man City game against Liverpool, where Mo Salah was literally pulled down by Bernardo Silva when he was trying to score that goal, and Jurgen Klopp came out and shouted at the referee Anthony Taylor, telling him, like, he was so mad. You could literally see he was so mad, shouting at him like how was not a foul. So when the FA sat down and reviewed everything, they have come up with because everybody expected that Jurgen Klopp would actually get touchline ban plus a fine, but this wasn't the case. In actual sense, Jurgen Klopp has received a fine of £30,000, but he did not get a touchline ban. So many people in the referees corner and the referees world have come out to criticize this move and saying it's a lame move. How can you let the man get away with all this nonsense? It cannot happen again, blah blah blah. But that's how it is. Big teams are big teams, I guess. So that's what some of the things that came out today in the news. And then the other news, because this particular, before we go to another story, this particular incident happened in the 76th minute of the game between Liverpool and Man City, between Mo Salah and Bernardo Silva, for your information. Then in other news, some people have come out to criticize Anthony, the United player, the United winger, about his showboating and what he tried to do, make that 360 spin during the game against Sheriff in the Europa League. Actually, his manager has come out to defend him and says, as long as he does it and we are winning and wielding fruits, there's no problem. Erik ten Hag doesn't actually seem to have a problem with Anthony's showboating, because this guy has played under Erik ten Hag before and he knows him. So, but other people actually showing concern. People like Paul Scholes, the United legend, Robbie Savage, all coming out and say this kind of showboating is not good in football, blah blah. But I myself, I don't have a problem with it. If a guy can do it and it clicks, then better. But if you do it a lot and it happens like the way it happened with Anthony and it doesn't actually click, then it's a big problem. So people have come out to criticize him, but Erik ten Hag came out vehemently and defended his player. Then about today is given it is a weekend, and tomorrow we have a few Premier League games, not even a few Premier League, we have a lot of Premier League games. Today in particular we have Leicester. The first game, the early kickoff, will be Leicester playing against Man City at the King Power Stadium. Then we'll have Liverpool playing against Leeds United. That will be in the evening, to be the late kickoff. Then we have the second game will be after the Man City and Leicester City game, will be Brighton against Chelsea. It will be at the Amex Stadium, the American Express Stadium, and then Bournemouth. This will be at the same time. The kickoff will be at the same time. Bournemouth will be hosting Tottenham Hotspurs at Vitality Stadium. Then we go on. Basically, that's what we have about the Premier League. Given this is a short video, and we have to do a few Premier League games, and that's it basically. Then again, when we go back to my motherland, Uganda, we had some Uganda Premier League games. Sometimes Uganda Premier League games yesterday played. Fortunately, my team, Sports Club Villa, I don't know who you all out there are supporting, but my team personally, Sports Club Villa, this season we are still doing okay, actually. Now in the second position according to the table. Yesterday we managed to pull off another 1-0 win against Ginger SS. KCC, our arch nemesis, our arch rivals, were beaten by Maroons from the Prison Stadium. They were beaten 1-0 Black Power drew with Arua Hill 0-0. URA managed to dispatch off Bright Stars 2-0. Express beat Ondu Paraka 1-0. Wakiso Giant beat UPDF 1-0. As at the moment, the league table stands with Bull. Bull is they are still leading the table with 11 points out of 5 games. SC Villa on 10 points in the second position out of 5 games. Maroons with 8 points out of 5 games. Express 8, Arua Hill 7, Wakiso Giants 7, URA 6 points. Then KCCA with 4 games. They have played lesser games than the other teams I've mentioned above. They still have 6 points. Then you have in the 9th position you have Bright Stars with 5 points out of 5 games. Then you have UPDF coming up next with 5 out of 5. Gaddafi 4 out of 3 games. They have 4 points out of 3 games. Ginger SS, they have 3 points out of 5 games. Black Power with 5 points out of 2 games. 2 points out of 5 games. Ginger SS, sorry, my pardon on that one. Ginger SS has 3 points out of 5 games. Then Black Power has 2 points out of 5 games. Then you have Vipers. Wow, Vipers has played so far 2 games with 1 point. That was a draw. That was 1 draw and then 1 loss because they lost to KCCA. They have played on the 2 games because they still have continued engagements in the Champions League and everything, so they have not played most of their games. I'm sure they will shoot up the group once they come back as it is. And then the last, in the 15th position, we have Ondu Paraka with 1 point out of 4 games. So basically that is the Ghana Premier League. That was just a wrap up, and the Champions and the English Premier League and everything, all the little bits and pieces of news happening today and from yesterday. So that's it from me and from everybody at KK Sports, and we wish you well. Please subscribe to our channel. You know, it's still growing, we still have a lot of work to do, we still have a lot of things to do, but we are putting all that in place little by little. Please help us grow and subscribe to our channel. We love you so much and have a blessed day.